All right. Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and good evening. As Dr. Fatima mentioned, my name is Izmir Yamin. So today I will introduce to you about my company and the product that I'm featuring today. So the company name is Independence X Aerospace. We are a registered trademark under the main holding legal entity of Izmir Technology Industries Berhad. So we call ourselves IDXA for short. So in a nutshell, we are a new space transportation systems company. Our interest is mainly launch vehicle, but that will take a few years down the road. We have developed a few technology development in rocket engine, transverse across solid, liquid, and hybrid rockets. At the moment, we have a cryogenic rocket being tested. It will take a few more years. So in the meantime, we have commercialization requirement for our other products, such as re-entry vehicle as a space lab, as well as low-cost satellite. Okay, the vision of the company, we are going for green and deep tech for space exploration. What it means simply means that we are looking, for example, for the rocket technology development, we are going for net zero carbon emission on the rocket propulsion, as well as the deep tech, where we involve in nanotechnology. We just recently received a certificate by SIRIM and the government for our nanotechnology. So that's the deep tech part. And we have intention to go multi-planetary exploration with the moon as the first stop. So the mission at the moment right now, we are looking into Internet of Things based satellite. As mentioned before by earlier presenters, the cost of developing satellite is high. Therefore, we have developed it much smaller than the existing norm, which is slightly bigger in the nano and pico satellite. So we are looking into FEMTO class satellite. Okay, in terms of our innovation timeline, in terms of the satellite project, we have started it in 2021, where we initiated the R&D. And then in 2022, we have built the second version after the first version. And then the 2023 until 2024, now we have the fourth version, which is ready for the space launch. So we are scheduled to launch into orbit this year, but because we have opted out to choose a new launch vehicle partner, which is going to do a maiden flight on that rocket, we have been getting some delays on it. I think it's a blessing in disguise because we, at the same time, are also experiencing license and filing delays as well. The whole project, instead of launching on the time stated, might be extended. But on overall technical development wise, we are on schedule. Okay, and then in 2025, we have already customers in the pipeline. We have signed a few from various countries, mainly France, Denmark, the Netherlands, USA, and India. So all of it have gone through a successful business transaction. So we have secured multiple contracts as well. Okay, so our experience is that we are the former Google Lunar X Prize participants. Oops. We come from 2008 until 2018, where it is a competition about challenging companies to land a robotic craft on the moon and send back high-definition videos and images and transverse 500 meters on the moon surface. So we were part of the semi-finalists in that competition. So I believe in Japan, there was one finalist named Team Hakuto. So we are quite proud to have them as our friends. And then next, just to share a bit, this Siswasat Challenge is a competition for CANSAT or satellite organized by the Malaysian Space Agency. We have participated with UNITEN because it's a university level project. So we provide our advice and expertise. And they have won first place in whole of nation. So this is something that we are proud of because during that time, we have zero experience in making satellites. Nevertheless, my background is mainly in propulsion. Okay, then we also launched a competition by our company in collaboration with the Ministry of Science, MOSTI, as well as MISA. It's called the Gerhana Sat Challenge 2022. So this is quite successful because it's the first time ever where we give out our own product to the finalists to test out as part of our beta testing program, and it is flawless. So it worked very well. So the name of our FEMTO satellite is called Gerhana Sat. Gerhana in Malay means eclipse. So to our surprise, most of our collaborators overseas in Canada and US, they are also using the word eclipse for their projects. So it matches up with us. So this is the name. This is our future plan. So we are looking into launching a constellation around the equator. So our business model is mainly targeted on the equator. But if there's clients wanting to do other parts of the type of inclination, we can accommodate to that. So it's called the Equator Link program. So this image is an image, it's a render of a flight model that we have successfully designed, built, tested through various tests. So if you can see on the inset photo, that's a satellite in relation to a 15 cents Malaysian coin. So if you're wondering what's the size dimension, that is 32 mm on all sides. So it's quite small. This is the engineering model. So FEMTO class satellite is being regarded as build sub 100 grams. And that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to bring FEMTO's satellite development as rigor, as more enhanced as possible, so that we can pave way for future commercialization, because FEMTO satellite is quite at the beginning of the development across the whole world. Okay. All right. So this is the flight model that we have completed in the design. So it measures roughly about 35 mm on the sides. Okay. So this is a little bit on the network diagram. So our upcoming launch will be carrying 3 satellites into orbit. So that orbit will be about 500 kilometers. At 55 degrees inclination, and those 3 satellites will be having a store and forwarding, as well as live communication with 2 ground stations in Malaysia, as well as the 3rd terminal will be an IoT link. So just this is something we are proud of. Everything with the satellite program that we are currently handling, Gerhana Sat, everything has been designed by our company in-house, 100%. So this is something that is the core of our commitment. Okay. So this is the first version. It may not look much. So it was designed without the standards in place at that time. But as we mature and we grew much experience, we have gone through a certain learning process. So we have implemented the ECSS standard, known as the European Corporation for Space Standards. So that is one of the main reasons why our product has been accepted globally. Right now, we have commercialized not just this product, other products as well, because they're abiding to those international known standards. Okay. So this is the improved version of the past one. So if you notice just now on the earlier photo, I showed you 3 generations. So this is one of them. Okay, and also we undergone a lot of simulation, computer simulation for the EMC, structural finite element, as well as other simulations. So it encompasses a lot of areas. As you know, satellite is quite broad in that sense. And to do that itself is difficult. Imagine to do the difficult part in a much smaller framework, which is you're having a circuit board at least at about 28 mm at length and at height. So that is a huge challenge for us to develop a FEMTO satellite. So it is a big deal because even when we look at developing CubeSat, it's already difficult. Pocket Cube is already difficult. Imagine doing all those difficult part in a smaller footprint. So that's why we introduced to the whole world. The moment we have achieved launch and successful receive of transmission, we will declare as the world's smallest satellite in full form. So a lot of development has been taken place, and a lot of pioneering work that we are currently handling will be the benchmark. So this is something that we intend to contribute to the world from Malaysia to be the class benchmark for FEMTO satellite. So that's where we go to create a GitHub, the libraries, the standards across with collaborators around the world. So at the moment, we are registering for 2 ground stations. One is in the East Malaysia, in Sabah. Another one is in the West Malaysia, in Negeri Sembilan, where our office is located. So this would be a turning point. For the first time, we are communicating the 2 separated parts of Malaysia, separated by sea, the South China Sea, to be interlinked via a satellite communication network of our own. So this is something that we're looking forward to. Okay, in terms of our team, we have a broad experts in the team. So if you notice, most of them are engineers. Where's the business development, you might ask? Actually, we have another extended team of business development, but they wouldn't want to be shown. So mostly, most of the business development part, I personally handle at about 60% capacity. And then the rest of the business development, legal, finance, and all that will be handled by other people. So we do all this. If you're wondering, since we are a company, right? We do all this with our internal funding, which means there's no grants and there's no investment because we have enough capital from our spin-off projects. So at the moment, everything is funded internally, from satellite development to test and until launch and operations. So we are quite proud of that because we managed to sustain a fully Malaysian developed product, a space product. Okay, as earlier mentioned, in 2022, we organized the competition in conjunction with our satellite development known as Gerhana Sat. And this is quite successful. We offer 12,000 ringgit as the first prize, first place prize. And at that time, that amount of money is quite one of the highest that's ever been in Malaysia for such competition on satellite, at least. So the reason why we do that, because we want to reward those hardworking student engineers to put in their thought and mind and soul into making their product in the competition at the highest standard. So it was quite challenging for all these participants when they were conducting, because our challenges are very rigorous. So yeah, we really got all the full support from the participant at that time. So total participant that registered clocked in about more than 150 people, about 24 teams across whole of Malaysia.
Mr. Izmir, I'm sorry, you have reached the time. Maybe you would like to conclude the presentation?
Yes, almost 1 or 2 slides. Okay, so our satellite has also undergone a high altitude balloon flight test. So yeah, this is the several tests that we have done to also check the continuity of operations of the Gerhana Sat. This is also in conjunction with our re-entry vehicle dynamic simulation. So yeah, this was taken at 20 kilometers. Okay, these are sample of our recognition. And I conclude my presentation by leaving my contact at the slide here. And if you have any further enhanced question would you like to ask, please feel free to contact us. And thank you so much for your kind attention and your hospitality in providing this session. Thank you.